My mother spent my whole life obsessed with me marrying rich, so I made sure she spent her final years in prison. Growing up, my mother treated relationships like stock investments. She'd scrutinize every boy I talked to, Googling their parents' professions, checking property records, analyzing what cars they drove. "You're beautiful," she'd say, brushing my hair. "That's your lottery ticket. Don't waste it on some middle-class nobody." My sister Sophia was brilliant but plain. Mom barely looked at her. When I started dating Rich at 19, my mother practically threw a party. Richard Beaumont III, old money. His parents owned half the county. Mom immediately started planning our wedding before he'd even said, "I love you." She bought bridal magazines, bookmarked venues, talked about grandchildren growing up in the right circles. Sophia started dating someone too, a teacher named Theo. Kind, funny, worked with at-risk kids. Mom's face would go flat whenever Sophia mentioned him. "A teacher," she'd say. "How depressing." Then Sophia got engaged. Small ceremony, they said. Nothing fancy. Mom didn't even pretend to care. But when Rich proposed to me 3 months later, she cried like I'd won an Olympic medal. The next 8 months were consumed by my wedding. Mom spent money we didn't have on flowers, photographers, a venue that cost more than a car. She was planning the event of the season. Sophia's wedding was in 2 weeks. Mine was in 3 months. Mom hadn't asked Sophia a single question about her day. Sophia started losing weight. Her clothes hung off her frame. She'd pick at dinner, saying she wasn't hungry. That wedding stress was getting to her. Mom would glance at her for half a second before turning back to me with seating chart options. One night, Sophia showed up at my apartment with bruises on her wrists. She was shaking. "I need help," she whispered. "Theo isn't who I thought." I begged her to come stay with me. She said she would, right after her wedding. She'd already paid for everything, didn't want to waste it, and besides, maybe she was overreacting. "Tell Mom?" she asked. I called our mother that night, told her everything. The bruises, Sophia's fear. She sighed like I was interrupting something important. "Sophia's always been dramatic. Theo seems perfectly fine to me. Besides, we can't deal with her issues right now. Your bridal shower is in 3 days." She didn't call Sophia once. Sophia got married on a Tuesday. Small ceremony at a courthouse. Mom didn't attend. "I have your final dress fitting," she told me. That's more important. 2 weeks after Sophia's wedding, Theo put her in the hospital. Broken ribs, fractured jaw, internal bleeding. She'd tried to leave. He decided she wouldn't. Sophia survived. Barely. When the police arrested Theo, they found Sophia's calls to our mother in her phone records. 17 calls over 3 weeks. Mom had answered twice, both times under a minute. The transcripts showed Sophia begging for help, and Mom saying she was busy with wedding preparations and that Sophia needed to handle her own marriage. The DA charged my mother as an accessory. Failure to report abuse, reckless endangerment. She'd been told repeatedly about violent escalation and actively discouraged Sophia from seeking help. At trial, Mom sat in her expensive dress, the one she'd bought for my wedding, which I'd canceled. When the prosecutor asked if she regretted anything, she looked straight at the jury. I was protecting my daughter's future, the one with actual prospects. Sophia was in the gallery, jaw still wired shut. The judge closed her eyes for a long moment. "I've presided over many cases," she said quietly, "but I've never seen a mother so willing to sacrifice one child for another's social advancement. 6 years. Mom's 70. She writes me letters begging me to visit, saying I'm throwing away my future, that Rich's family won't wait forever. I haven't opened one. Sophia lives with me now. We're both in therapy. We're both rebuilding. And Rich? I never married him." Turns out when you see how conditional love destroys people, you stop accepting it from anyone, even yourself.